All right, hi guys. Sorry, this is technically now my second Hangout Q&A for Chromebooks and Chrome OS Chromebooks. Ah, sorry, this is my second official Chromebook, Chrome OS, Chromebox, Chrome Cast Q&A. Um, so if you're watching through Google Plus, I have the Q&A thing actually working this time. If you go over here, there's a question thing. You can ask questions, and I'll actually see it. Um, Apologize about that. Just had a little bit of feedback. I was trying to get something to work, and it wouldn't work for me. So, as you notice, I don't have my little layout thing on here, but I do have the question thing working for me this time. So I think the lower third was interfering with my Q&A uh, thing last week. So I won't have my little nameplate or my not a Google employee thing. So let me get that out of the way. I am not a Google employee. I don't have any insight or special in knowing about Google projects. I am a top contributor for Chromebook Central, but that does not give me special access really to anything that I can discuss. Um, I do kind of use that to get answers that I don't know questions to. Um, but if it's under wraps, I can't share that with you. I won't even bring it up. Um, I'll just pretty much tell you that I don't know because that's really it. If I don't know, or if it's under a non-disclosure, I can't tell you. So I probably wouldn't know anyway. Um, I've got 3 questions through the form. Uh, I didn't have any questions this week over Google Plus. So, oh, I forgot to go check the YouTube, the comments on that, but I don't believe I had any comments on last week's uh, hangout on air. So I will go check those real quick, and then I will get to the 3 questions that I had this week through the form. So, um, with today, I don't think, unless someone wants to come in, they'll let me know. But with today, I am just going to answer these questions, and if someone wants to come in, I will get them in, get some insight from them if they want to come in and whatnot. Uh, but right now, with it publicly sharing, I'm just going to go and see if anyone. Yep, no comments on last week's. So right now we just have the 3 questions from the Google form I set up a few weeks ago. The first question came from an anonymous question. It's they wanted to know why Hangouts is not a Chrome app. It's currently an extension. And with that, like I said, I'm not a Google employee, nor do I have any insight on the thought process on making Hangouts an extension instead of a web app. That would be something you want to take up to the Hangouts team. Either look for the Google product form, the help forum, and bring that up, or use the Chrome Web Store rating system and let them know you want it to be an app instead of an extension, or just let them know you would prefer an extension or an app. An app instead of an extension in the Play Store or the Google Web Store, not the Play Store. Sorry. Um, It does when you click on the extension. They'll bring up that little pop-up panel window, um, which you can move and have it a window by itself. But if you have it up as a pop-up window, it'll stay pinned to your taskbar right next to the notifications by the clock. So that's what I'd do if you constantly want Hangouts open. Just click it. It'll open it up down the bottom. Minimize it, and it'll stay right there. Um, that's how I use it most of the time when I have Hangouts open. So that's what I do. Next question would be from another anonymous user. Uh, Here's their question. I experienced that my Chromebook is very slow. So far, it is far from quick and smooth to use. Could I have installed some extensions that slow it down significantly? Or could it be something else? Well, easy way to find out if it's an extension, app, or whatever, you can log into your Chromebook in guest mode. And under guest mode, under the guest login, if it's snappy, fast, whatever, if it's not slow, your problem's going to be an app or an extension. If it is slow, it might be a bug. So you want to log in under yours or even under guest mode and file an issue report. Alt, I forgot the keyboard shortcut. Excuse me. Under the Alt Shift I to report an issue, or you can go under the menu keys and click down, and it's down right under settings, between settings and more tools at the very bottom. Excuse me, sorry. Now, if it does feel faster on guest mode, then your problem is most likely an extension or an app. What I would do is I use an extension called One-Click Extension Manager. That allows me to turn off all or select which extensions I want to turn off. Because sometimes it's a very helpful tool when I'm troubleshooting my Chromebook. So I'll turn off all of them and click the ones I use back on one by one and see if there's an effect. If there's an effect, I know that, okay, it's going to be this extension. The only downside of that is it doesn't do apps. If you have too many apps and extensions, it will kind of slow your system down. So that's what I do. I use One-Click Extension Manager to do that. And if you go to the web store, I'll put the link down below after it's done publishing. But One-Click Manager in the Chrome Web Store. If you go to the Chrome Web Store, search One-Click Extension Manager. And that's the extension I use to troubleshoot mine. Now for apps, you'll just have what I would suggest is to kind of write down or type down or whatever, make a list of the apps you use or have, and uninstall them and go back to the Chrome Web Store and reinstall them. That's the only way you can do apps right now. But yeah, that's how I would go about that. First try it out in guest mode, and if it does speed back up, if you do get the speed back, it's going to be most likely, now it's not 100%, most likely it's going to be one of either too many apps and extensions, or it just might be an extension slowing you down. Now, on occasion, depending on what channel you're on, you're most likely unstable. But if you're on dev or beta, it might be an issue with the system, with the upgrade or the update. With that, you'd want to also file an issue report, let them know that you saw a significant speed drop. And it could also be dependent on your internet connection. Now, that's a fallback. That's very last last thing I'd like to blame, but it could very well be that also. Um, but try guest mode first, and if that speeds you up, you want to check out your extensions. That most likely will be your issue. That's most people's issues. And then I got one last question from, I don't know how to pronounce this YouTube handle, but I will put a link to his YouTube channel down below. It looks like it's going to be Gabatronster. I probably murdered that. I do apologize. But here's his question. He loves his Chromebook. One weekend he took it to the beach, his Samsung Chromebook 2. And when he returned, he noticed that the trackpad tends to stick and doesn't make that clean clicking sound that it used to. He wanted to know if this was any suggestions and if it was a common thing to fix or a common problem. Um, it sounds like to me probably got a little bit of sand in that trackpad. Um, what I'd do is buy one of those cans of electronic cleaner, the air cans to blow it out. Um, I'm not sure about the commonality of this problem, but I'm sure it happens enough. Um, Now, I'm not sure it how you go about cleaning that for sure. My Like I said, your best bet most likely is sand in there, uh, probably a can of air. Um, I personally, uh, I'd probably void my warranty, take it apart and blow it out like that too. Um, but I do not recommend that. Void your warranty. Do not do that unless you want to void your warranty. Um, Now, another thing I would probably do before I took it apart, I might see if there's a gap here. I might see if I could get like a toothpick or not a toothpick. Well, probably like one of those little floss things, the ones with the picks at the end, the plastic ones that don't break off as easy as the wooden toothpicks. I'd probably run that through there, see if I can get any off the side, maybe. But again, do that at your own risk. But yeah, and I have two questions over here in the Q&A part. Do I play Minecraft? No, I don't play Minecraft myself. I know that the creator of Minecraft is working on a port for Chromebooks now, but I personally do not play Minecraft. Um, and I don't know what make a flip now means, so I don't know. So, but I don't personally play Minecraft, and but I do know they're making Notch or whatever the creator. I saw he's making a Chromebook port that I believe runs on native client, or no, he's using Dart to write it, and he's doing a whole documentation. He's airing or streaming. He was his progress on that, writing it in Dart. So I personally don't play, but I do know it's coming to Chromebooks. He's working on it. So yeah. Okay. And no one's watching right now, so yay. Um, I'm going to check to see if anyone wanted to join me. I got my questions out of the way from this week, and I do apologize. I'm Okay. And then I wanted to join you, which is fine. Um, okay. And then, sorry, trying to find some stuff I might be able to share with you. Um, well, I know one thing that some people might be interested in. Oh, I forgot his name. I gotta find it real quick. I'll actually find the post for you. Koosh. Yeah, Koosh from Clockwork Mod. He released on the Chrome Web Store a um, Chrome, uh, the ADB shell for Chrome. Uh, right now, it only works for Nexus 5s, um, but that's very promising for Chromebooks. Um, and I'll post a link to that down below. Um, I personally haven't played with it, but it's something I'm willing to share with people because I know there are some developers and some people that love to do that stuff for with their Chromebooks. They got more um whatnot, and I'll share that with you down in the comments after I post this and it finishes processing and uploading. Um, yeah, so um, just one moment. Gotta readjust. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. What else can I I don't know. Chromebook Central and answer some questions there while I'm chatting with you guys. Um, so let's see. Okay. Here's a very common one. Um, they have the accessibility features turned on, but Rosaline, um, I turn off I turned off the accessibility settings, but the yellow boxes still appear on everything. How do I fix this? Um, and one of our rising stars already answered this. If they go to the settings, but she said she already turned it off. Um, so I'm gonna double check something. Accessibility, come on. Pardon me.
Chromebook spoken feedback is ready. Section. Or on page 1. Common problem. Answer. It's
Alright, so I just tested this. I turned Chromebox on and Chromebox off, and the yellow boxes still show up. So to get rid of it, all you have to do is refresh the open tabs. Um, so if you're seeing those orange boxes, you have um, either inadvertently or someone's gone into your settings and turned on the accessibility options and any accessibility options. So if you turn those off and you have a bunch of tabs open, you'll want to refresh those tabs or those orange boxes are going to keep showing up on you. And once you disable them, you should be fine. Once you shut it down and turn it back on, they shouldn't show up on you. If they still do, you might want to double check to make sure that all the accessibility options are off. And if it's talking to you, even if your Chromebook's talking to you and showing those boxes, um, you have Chromevox enabled. To disable Chromevox, all you have to do is hit Control Alt Z, and that'll shut off Chromevox. And once you do that, you'll want to refresh the tabs that you have open. That way, those orange boxes don't still show up. Um, okay. Pardon me. It looks like we got another rising star in Chromebook Central. I'll put a link down in the top for Chromebook Central. Um, Andrea announced today. Today, I'm excited to announce that Bill Cook, sorry, has joined the Rising Star family. Be sure to send congratulations his way. Thank you for your contributions to the community, Bill. If you want to learn about Rising Star and top contributor programs, and she posted a link to learn about those stuff. Congratulations, Bill. Welcome to the Rising Star family. I will be reaching out to you privately also, Bill, to congratulate you. But here's my first. I read this first, so congratulations. Um, okay, I'm going to do this the easy way. Okay, this already has an answer, but I'm still going to. I'm still going to go with this. How do I open Norton download on Chrome? It says go to Chrome Store, Acer, and there's no actual question in the thing. That's just the title. So I'm assuming they tried to download Norton to a Chromebook. First off, you cannot install traditional Windows applications, Mac applications. Actually, you can't install pretty much anything. You can use apps and extensions, and they'll install from the Chrome Web Store. So Norton's, they don't have a Chrome, as far as I know. I've never looked for Norton's um, stuff in the Chrome Web Store, but as far as I know, they don't officially have anything in the Chrome Web Store. Um, but you kind of really don't need an antivirus with the verified boot on a Chromebook, because it'll, every time you boot it up, it looks for that stuff, and if it finds anything wrong, it'll reset to the last time everything was okay, um, by itself. Um, and then I'll just go through some of these comments. Um, there was a person in here that says, always says go to Acer. Not an Acer problem at all. Chrome, get it together. Again, it's not really a Chrome issue. You're trying to do something that the Chromebook cannot do. It's a limitation in the Chromebook. Yes, it does not need to have Norton's installed. You're downloading something for Windows or Linux or something that cannot be installed on the system. It does not need to be installed in the system, really. So if you're if you're that worried about stuff, you should just kind of look into something that detects malware websites in the Chrome Web Store. You don't need Norton's on a Chromebook. Um, and then the best answer from I forget how to pronounce his name, Jay Lockhead, something like that. I'm not sure. Um, he answered the best answer. Harry, if you're referring to Norton's, the antivirus software, you don't and can't install third-party software on the Chromebook. And more importantly, you don't need antivirus on a Chromebook. Uh, Review the pinned discussions on this forum. The fact will answer your questions. Um, but briefly, because Chrome OS is locked down, preventing third-party programs from being installed, you don't need the virus software. Second, you could say it's its own virus software built in, checks itself every time you start the Chromebook, the verified boot, um, which he posted a link to let people look over also. Um, and if you're really that worried, or sorry, you read this post. Also, be sure to consult Google's Chromebook support page, which he provided a link to, which was just the Chromebook Help Center for various questions. Um, but the link he posted to for the checks itself, let me open up that and see what that's got. And it's letting on mobile for me for some reason. Desktop. Okay. But topic ID is invalid. So I'm not sure where he was pointing to there, but they were trying to put in or add in, download and install Norton's, and you can't do that on a Chromebook. Third-party stuff does not install on that, on the Chromebooks. Okay. Okay, so here's another question from Christian Worthen on Chromebook Central. A family member of mine recently purchased a Samsung Chromebook. I'm heavily considering buying one, but there's one problem. I tried to install Java on my family member's computer, and because it seems, but there seems to be no support version. Therefore, I cannot play Minecraft. I was surfing the web and found some articles about booting Ubuntu OS from a thumb drive and installing Java and Minecraft on there. But I but I would really but I really would not like to screw with a brand new laptop. Is there any possible way I can play this beloved game without complicated stuff? Thanks. And just as that question before, where do I play Minecraft? I don't play Minecraft, but I saw that the creator of Minecraft was doing a version in Dart that would work on Chromebooks. I'm not sure how far along he is, but if you search Minecraft Dart probably, or Dart language, Minecraft Dart language in Google, or even on Google Plus, you'll find the stream that he was doing while he was writing Minecraft in Dart. Um, but right now, it's still not something, and that's something we've gotten since Chromebooks first came out. People wanted to play Minecraft, and the only option would be dev mode, switch to dev mode, uh, install another OS over top of Chrome OS, and then install what you need to install to play Minecraft. Now, that would be one option. The other option was go to the creator and express that you'd like a version for Chromebooks. And there was enough people that have heard or that have told him that he's actually working on the version for Chromebooks. Okay, I'm just going to keep going through Chromebook Central. Um, okay, Paul Grumson. Apparently his Bluetooth will not enable. When I go to status area and select enable Bluetooth, it does not register that I have selected it. I've tried to enable in advanced settings area, and again, it does not register accept Bluetooth. It it does let me tick the box, nothing else happens. Any advice appreciated? Okay, there are a couple answers. How old is your Chromebook? Maybe it's a hardware issue. Um, Go to the store where you bought it. They should be able to help. You shouldn't have to go that far. Um, okay, he got it sorted. He just rebooted it for a second time and it started working. So sometimes that happens where you just need a refresh of the system. Turning it off, turning it back on, sometimes will work. Um, if not, I would have suggested maybe changing to a different channel, stable stable to beta, or if you're on dev, switch to beta, stable. Um, I think I haven't played around with this with the channels lately, but I believe they switched it so you could switch between even from dev to like stable, and it'll do it. But I'm not 100% sure on that. If not, if you need an immediate fix, I do a USB restore, and that'll jump you to automatically to stable, I believe. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that either. I create my USB restores on my stable device for my Pixel. It runs stable all the time. So that I create one about every 2 or 3 updates I get on stable. Um, my Samsung Chromebook, I do it every 2 or 3 also. It's running dev and I leave it on dev. That way I get the best and the worst of both worlds. I get the stability of stable and I get to test out bugs and report issues from my Samsung. Um, excuse me. Okay, why don't you have a link so people can figure out how to transfer music? Leon Coop. My Chromebook is currently unable to transfer music to my Android, and there is literally no link showing how it can be done online. Is this to encourage people to return their Chromebooks in exchange for computers that are capable of this operation? If it is, I'd like to know so I can do so and then proceed to install your product on every form I can find online. What a discouraging product. I regret that I regret not getting another computer if this is even what the if this can even be called that. Okay, so he's having issues taking music from his Chromebook and putting it on his Android phone. Um, okay, here's the issue. Some Android devices don't get recognized because they don't have the proper or the Chromebook does not support the proper drivers to be recognized by the Chromebook, or the Chromebook doesn't have the proper drivers to recognize the phone as a mass drive. Um, Personally, I've not come across this because um, at first I had a Motorola Electrify. It was seen by all my Chromebooks, CR48, the original Samsung Chromebook, the Samsung Chromebook that has the ARM processor, and my Pixel, all have seen that Motorola Electrify when I set it to mass, like the mass drive or whatever. It recognized it as an external drive. Um, then I got a Nexus 4 and it recognized, of course, recognized that, and now my Nexus 5 is recognized also, where I can easily do stuff. What I would recommend for people who, if they plug in their phone and it's not recognized, either Google Drive, if you have the space, even temporarily just upload a song or two, or create a folder of music and upload that. Upload some music until you hit your cap, download it to your phone, and then delete those, and keep doing that. Or AirDrive, or not AirDrive, AirDroid. AirDroid is a Chrome app and a Android app. They're companion apps that allow you to pretty much remote into your phone, and there's no limit on file size when you're connected to the same Wi-Fi connection. There is a limit if your phone's like on its mobile connection and Chromebook's on your Wi-Fi connection. But if you're on the same Wi-Fi connection, there's no limit. That would be another suggestion. Use AirDroid to transfer music to and from if your phone's not recognized by your Chromebook when you plug it in the USB. Some of these questions I'm answering are actually locked, redirected to the main fact forum. So if you have a question, you don't want to wait for me to get to it every other week, go ahead and go to Chromebook Central. Like I said, that'll be the first thing that I post in the comments. I'll put Chromebook Central and the link to Chromebook Central right there at the top of the description. And then go ahead and ask a question there. I'm fairly busy throughout the week, but I pop in there every once in a while, and I might answer it. The other great top contributors and Rising Stars, Andrea, there's a bunch of people over there that be able to help. The entire community is very very helpful for the most part. So, like I said, if you'd rather have me answer it, go ahead and ask me. Comment below. If I'm on air and live right now, go ahead and ask the question. Um, Hit me up on Facebook, or not Facebook. Well, I am on Facebook still, unfortunately. I should delete it, but family doesn't allow that. Anyway, hit me up on Google Plus. Hit me up on that Google form that I created to ask questions. Or go to Chromebook Central. Like I said, there's a bunch of people there that can help you. Um, and also, when you go to Chromebook Central, if you go to Chromebook Central, um, don't cram all that information in the title. Um, it's much easier. Brief description of what you're having an issue with in the title, and then go into detail in the section in the um, whole description or the comment section. Um, be as detailed as possible. What Chromebook you have, what channel you're on, uh, what uh, what version, what version number are you on, and for that you can go to I forgot the shortcut. For all that information, you can go to Chrome colon / help, and it'll actually give you the version number, the platform number, which will say stable channel, dev channel, beta channel, and the firmware number. And if you don't know what type of Chromebook you have, the firmware number, just go to that Chrome colon / help and copy those 3 lines, the version, version, platform, firmware. Copy those, send them, and post them. That way, people, they'll be, if you don't know your Chromebook version, like there are technically, two Samsung Chromebooks. The very first one, which is Series 5, you got the Series 550, then the ARM Chromebook, which is the Samsung Chromebook, they call it, and then you got the Samsung Chromebook 2. I still always call the Series 5 just the Samsung Chromebook. And I call the Samsung Chromebook the ARM Chromebook. Samsung ARM Chromebook is what I personally call it. But on the forum, sometimes people won't even tell you what they have. They just say a Samsung Chromebook, which most likely is the newest one, the ARM Chromebook or this Chromebook 2. But if you have the Series 5 or the 550, if you copy that firmware, we'll be able to find out which Chromebook you have. That way, if someone has it, they'll be able to dig it out, or if they still use it, pull it out and see if they can replicate it and see if they can find a fix for you. Now, granted, sometimes you'll know, and that's fine. Put down what kind of Chromebook you have. We won't really need the firmware number. Alrighty, so Millie May. I've read the facts and searched the help center. And I went to Webmaster Help Center, so it wouldn't really help with that because they didn't come over to Chromebook Central. They keep losing their internet connection, and they have unplugged their Wi-Fi internet connection, plugged them back in one at a time, and it works for about half an hour, and then they lose connection again. It didn't happen when they first got their Chromebook, and they don't know what's wrong. Sometimes they get trivia pages. Okay. I'm not sure what trivia pages are. So when they first log on, um, yeah, this one's not very clear. Um, and people are trying to clear it up for also. Um, First step would be to reset the browser settings, like clear the cache and all that, and see if that helps or anything. Um, and if that doesn't work, it's not the Chromebook's issue. It's going to be probably the router or your internet provider. Um, Someone else suggested that they see if it happens on any of the other devices or just the Chromebook, and those are good starting points. Um, that's these questions that people send in. They're when I get to them normally, they've already got answers, and I'm going through and trying to find the ones without the best answers that uh, to get those answered for them. Um, and if you have any questions, if I'm live right now, go ahead and ask them. If you're watching through the Q&A Google Plus side down here. I'm not sure how YouTube does it. I know it's broadcasting on YouTube Live also, so I might have to jump over to YouTube and see if any questions are showing up over there in the comments also. Um, but right now, I'm just going to stick to answering the questions that pop up over here, and I'll jump back and forth. Right now, like I said, I'm just going down in Chromebook Central and seeing if there's any questions or good questions and good tips that I can share with you guys. Since I don't have any questions coming through. Um, okay, so the video is not working on Gmail and saying the app is not supported, and that's just the title, and there's no follow through in the comments. So again, we have the user that has been around for a while. Um, J uh, Laked. Uh, I do not know how to pronounce his username handle. Um, but it depends on the file type you may be trying to play. Not all video file types are supported. You can go to Chromebook's support page, the Help Center, and see if the video file is supported. The direct link for file support he provides is also in there. And what he offers a suggestion to maybe try to fix it is download the file, then upload it to YouTube or Google Plus for viewing. And he says that he would personally use YouTube as it doesn't affect your Google Drive usage. That's what I would suggest also is go ahead and download it and upload it to somewhere else where it would most likely convert, or the file support is there to allow you to watch it. Natively, there's only well, not only there, it's a larger list, but there are file types that Chromebooks do not support. Um, but there is a significant number of files that are supported, the common files. And I even think, I do believe, dare I say, that mobile uh, files work. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that anymore, but I think I've watched someone's emailed me a mobile video file, and that's worked for me also a while back. Um, I could have done the workaround and uploaded it somewhere to watch it. Also, I don't recall now, but that's a good answer for that one. Okay, and then Phil Hodgins. I can't stream Amazon Prime instant videos on Chrome OS. He's using the 720p. And is there a hard dependency on Silverlight, or is there a workaround for that issue? I honestly, I know I've signed up for Amazon Prime. I got that free trial, and I know that I've been able to watch stuff. Joe Elliott um, said you need to switch your Amazon settings to use the Flash player instead of Silverlight. Um, but I don't think I switched any settings. Um, Let me double check for you guys. I'm pretty sure that I didn't change anything. Video. Um, Here you go, settings. Because I know it works for me. Because I've watched. I just wanted to see how it would work. Um, and it shows Silverlight, but I know it. I've played. I swear I did. I might be crazy. Now I'm going to try something just to see if it'll play. Because it has it. My default is saying Silverlight, and it's connecting and it's playing. So personally, it's working for me. Um, Mine says Silverlight, and it's working. So I'm going to re-answer this question. Because what I'm thinking is it is likely going to be an extension issue. Um, so I'm going to suggest go to guest mode and see if that works. So I just tested this on my Pixel and didn't change the settings to Silverlight. It may be an extension issue. And I'd suggest logging in under guest, seeing if you can access, or seeing if you can view the video from there. If so, your issue would likely be caused. If I can spell correctly. I'd recommend downloading and then installing click extension manager from the Chrome Web Store and disabling extensions one by one to find if they cause the issue. And then I need to get the link. I should just have this as a canned response for my TC purposes, but I don't. Okay, so I'm going to link there already. And that should be okay. Ready. Okay, back here, see if we have any questions. No questions yet. And going to the next question, Chromebook Central. Okay. Alrighty, so help. How do I get my Chromebook to stop talking and repeating all my prompts? And Andrew Bailey already answered this. Chromevox was turned on. Control-Z turns it off. It's an accessibility feature, which might have gotten turned on by accident. Happens very regularly, and since that key combination is very close together at the bottom of the keyboard, he thinks his cat turned it on once for him. Good job, Andrew, getting that quick answer out to them. And it did answer John's question. So good quick answer. And we get these Chromebook Central. If you go to Chromebook Central, you'll see that there are a number of foreign, non-English questions in here. We're going to get that more and more often now that Chromebooks are expanding and whatnot worldwide. And we'll do our best to answer those questions because currently Chromebook Central is the English version is the only help center right now. The help forum. They still have their own localized help centers, but for the forum, I believe the English Chromebook Central is the only one right now. So we've had Russian, we've had Arabic, Indian, I've seen Danish in there. What I do is I'll copy the text and I'll take it over to Google Translate. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to answer this question. I don't know French, and I know this is French. So, Serena, I cannot follow what is it about. Right now, I'm answering question. I'm going through Chromebook Central right now. It's about Chromebooks, Chromebox, Chrome OS. I'm taking questions from the community. I shared it publicly just in case people were curious about Chromebooks. Um, so what I'm doing is answering questions about Chromebooks, Chrome OS, uh, Chrome boxes, Chromecasts, and right now I'm going through um, Chromebook Central, the help forum, the community help forum that's run by Google, but is mainly answered by people like me that have used Chromebooks for a while and top contributors, rising stars, and just a general helpful community. Um, that's what this is about. I'm just doing Chromebook questions and answers. All right, so back to this Chromebook question. I know it's French, but I don't know what it says. So I like to, and I'll run it through Translate. I'll use the suggestions through Translate. So the question in French comes out to, hello, I'm having trouble installing any applications. How to thank you? Okay, so what they're doing, they're again trying to install third-party extensions. So I'm going to flip this around and let them know that. Okay, so when we get the foreign questions on Chromebook Central, I'll go ahead and like I said, go to Google Translate and I'll use their suggestions until I can figure out what it says. Because sometimes Google Translate the first time doesn't quite work out, and down below they'll like, "Did you mean?" And I'll click that and read it again, read the translation again. And if it still doesn't make a, if it's still kind of broken up, I'll click it one more time if it's still there. Um, and it does help very much. Um, so this one, he was looking for a way to install. He's trying to install things. So currently, that's not really, you can't do that on with a Chromebook. So um, it, and with Chromebook Central, it does have its own little translation thing, but I like to just copy and paste to Google Translate to get that taken care of. Um, all right, so I'm going to go to the next one. Keyboard shortcuts don't work in other languages. I'm having an issue on my Chromebook where I bought it and it changed the button controls. When I bought it, I changed button controls, change buttons Control and Alt. So now I have Alt on Control and Control on Alt. And it was okay, but a couple months ago, keyboard shortcuts like Control W or Control T stopped working on the Russian keyboard. Uh, so now they are Alt W and Alt T. So I figured out if I change buttons back to normal shortcuts working Russian, is this a bug? Um, So I'm not entirely sure what happened. They said they switched out. Okay. So they remapped Alt and Control. And Control W didn't work as and Control T did not work. Well, so now that's not a bug. You remapped. Okay. So they remapped Control to be Alt and Alt to be Control. And then Control W and Control T, which would be closing or opening a new tab, wasn't working. They had to push Alt W and Alt T to do that. That is not because you're no. Um, okay, I'm not sure. He said he remapped his keys, and then it's not a bug if you remap your keys and okay, so I'm not sure how to help that person. They remap their keys and um, okay, so I'm not having any more questions. It's been about an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and call this quits. Um, so yeah, see you next week.